Bo, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Um,
Although I seem to have lost my ability to put the phone on speaker again. So
yep, me too.
good.
So maybe it's our mods or something, or our devs, or our I don't know, or the rats. We've got rats now and stuff, and who knows?
There's rats in the AMA.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I don't know how to fix that. So I guess we should get started. Well, I think this is going to be a quick one anyway because we've got so much going on leading up here to the new reward, and we've got a lot going on for the conference and everything else, and lots happening tech wise. So I think we'll keep this one short and sweet and just address some of the major questions. Um, did you want to give the rundown in case? Did you look? You want to just look and see if anybody's new or?
Um, yeah, I think everybody on here now is, I would say, a regular
Okay, yeah. So we don't have
at
to.
this point. So
We probably don't have to
yeah, it's a
go over
little
everything.
tricky to toggle back and forth between the questions when you can't have it on speaker. But I've got some of them from earlier today that I think we can just jump right into. And I think that they're relatively simple and but good question. So, will Scrap eventually have its own domain name, or will it remain a subdomain of AWC?
Yes. So yes, it will. It has multiple domain names already. So refining company and the refining company, remember, is the name of the token. For scrap, the scrap is the symbol, right? And so the scrap token itself, if you go to refiningcompany.com, you can see that landing page. And if you go to therefiningcompany.com, you can see that landing page. There's multiple. And the reason we have the one with the in front of it is because it just has such fantastic organic traffic and ranking, Google ranking and stuff, that we just didn't want to mess with it. So in other words, we didn't want to upgrade it. I think it's so old, it's written in like the original front page, so we decided to also, just have a second, kind of fresher, newer look at refiningcompany.com. But, most of the leads actually come from therefiningcompany.com. So it's pretty crazy, but that's how we had to do it, because it's a cash cow from that perspective. It's just, it's got great organic rankings for like refined palladium or refining gold, that type of thing. So anyway, so yeah, and we will be adding more. So there's a lot of other things on there like survival, and prepping and things like that we'll have as landing pages for the scrap token.
Yeah, well, that comes in handy when you've got the overland rovers and things too.
Yeah, part of
So
velocity, sure.
yeah. Then I think this next question kind of ties into the scrap question. Shouldn't AWBT be removed from the website? I noticed it's still there as a native token next to AWRT and AWB.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be removed. Okay, so AWBT is still going to be a basket, and it was AWBTE that was merged. So as of now, we're still going to leave the $460 AWBT as a potential metal package moving forward, just because it serves a slightly different function. Where scrap, when you buy the token, it refines or recycles actual waste, and then refines into the precious metal content. The difference there between that and a stable coin is that once it's refined, that product will wind up on the storefront, and you'll be able to use your scrap token to buy, for example, just gold, or buy just palladium, or buy some of each, or buy just silver, on a dollar for dollar basis. It's a little different than a stable coin. And it's a little bit unique because it actually recycles at the same time. So it has a lot of opportunity in the future. We're actually still researching carbon credits and some of the other things we might be able to add into the mix, and and so forth as we grow. So, but I think there's going to be scope for both tokens. Don't forget, AWBT is a Binance-based token, so it's not as It's not as easily available to everybody in the U.S. I guess theoretically, um, and and so, but it is still part of our plan.
So I can speak to this next question. Do we think we can add or submit a partnership project link to the website? This will provide more visibility other than just the Discord. So yeah, great question. A series of questions actually today from the same person. And yeah, we have reached out to our web folks, our internal web folks, and we will be adding some kind of function that allows people to be able to submit a partnership or project or and I get this actually quite a bit, where people just directly reach out via DM or email and say, hey, I'm talking to this group. I'm not really sure of the approach, but it might be something that could be good, and it might be nothing ventured, nothing gained. So we're always happy to talk to and look at various projects and things. And, as Alfonso said in the past, we genuinely look at tons of projects, and I mean, very few make it to kind of through the gauntlet, let's say. But we're really happy to talk to other people and see what they're doing, see what they've got going on. So
Yeah.
uh,
So maybe Bo, is the question, are we going to have a separate website for that? Is that the question?
no, just like a project link, so
Oh, gotcha.
where somebody can say like, hey, I've got an idea, I'm in this other project and they're doing this and it's working well, is this something that we would consider? Or hey, I've got somebody who maybe has a token that could use some help or listing or something like that. So I think it makes a ton of sense to have something like that, so that we can the club members can help out in business development.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Good idea.
Yeah. Would it be possible? Okay, this is another really good question, and it's another one that I can jump on. Would it be possible to provide a pre-designed banner ad graphic or various sizes and referral portal to allow members to place banner ads on websites, blogs, etc.? Need some eye-catching stuff. So, yeah, part of what we're doing right now and have been for a little while is setting up a stronger affiliate networking program, and we're in the final stages of that now. We're actually working with GiveBucks on some of the really deep tech that they have from that standpoint, which actually allows us to go much deeper. And again, we know that marketing and everything isn't necessarily everybody's strong suit, but for the people who are out there um, earning their way into that crypto lifestyle and grinding and doing that, believe me, we are acutely aware of who's out there really working lists and doing things and looking for promotions and ways to get involved. And we will be in touch as soon as we have that up and going, as to how to really ramp that up in a big way. And what that will come with is your own dashboards and banner ads and approved links and all kinds of things. Um, so it should be good. I don't know if that's you, Alfonso, or get somebody else in the background moving chairs around.
No, that's not me. But to speak to GiveBucks, not only will you be able to, to have a deeper affiliate play there, which I think will be great, but we'll also be able to have more interesting payout, potential, because we can do it with GiveBucks and GiveBucks R, and we can, do it through. There's also, you're able to fund, through Zelle, for example, and get paid through Zelle. So there's a bunch of stuff we can do there with GiveBucks, and that whole merchant checkout, and that's going to be integrated into everything we're doing as we move forward, not just for that, but also for the charities and stuff too as well. So.
Well, I've confirmed that too, that we should be able to pay out in crypto too, if people prefer that. Which I know a lot of people have expressed interest in the past on being able to be paid out in different cryptos. So again, really really cool, fun, I think exciting opportunity. And as we add more tools to that toolbox, hopefully it helps everybody who's interested in that side of things really hit the gas on what they're doing. This is a good question. Okay, so we announced the top 10 founders uh, NFTs. When are we going to come out with the remaining 240?
So when are we going to come out with the total list? I think we'll probably be working on that over the weekend. We can look at it early next week for that. Before it'll be out before everybody's NFTs and stuff and all the art should be up here before we get into going to the conference. So I think that's one of the things on the schedule to get done. So that'll be wrapped up.
Okay. Could we add a couple tutorial videos on AWC on the YouTube channel showing new members how to use the AWC exchange? It's a good question.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we have a full-time, video guy too, and he's working on stuff as we speak, for other tutorials. I think he's actually doing the something more formal on an FAQ for Amiga. I think is what's going to be happening soon. So for the console for playing, some of the retro games that'll be launching here in the next couple days, um, or maybe this week yet. I think, but yeah. So and then again, we're all ears. If you know somebody who's great at those kind of videos. I really like those videos where you can have the guy kind of write on the whiteboard as they talk with the graphic, kind of cartoon. I think that works pretty good. So maybe we'll set something like that up. But definitely, I
Yeah.
think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think a good step by step and just kind of a beginner's guide or a user's guide through it. And going back to the games for a second, right now all this is being run through emulators and things. You have to understand that when these games were written, like a lot of them were written by like punching holes in paper and feeding that into a machine, and that's how you came up with like colors and movements and all that stuff. So right now we are running all of this through emulators and like so many things in the club, it's in beta. So you have to kind of bear with it. You're going to have to go through a few more steps than you're used to playing a video game. But having seen that in real time and actually played, I can tell you that it's pretty much here, and we should have all of that. But it will take a little bit of a learning curve. Same thing goes with casino games. I know a couple of people try to jump on, and there were some things where you've got to connect your wallet, your MetaMask wallet, and your Exchange wallet, and then you've got to go from one wallet to the other wallet, and then to the to the site. So, and there's a little bit of that we're working through, but like always, we do want people to jump on there and see if they can test it out. Um, See where there's double spacings or triple spacings or not enough space or zeros or O's and all that kind of stuff that you guys have been just great with catching in the past. And if there's just something on the user interface that just is too much friction, let us know. And we'll try to get on that as quick as we can to make that as frictionless as possible. So that can be an enjoyable experience in a place where lots of AWRT can be spent and won, and we can drive a lot of value for the club and holders.
Yeah, we do need people to jump on. So I think I think you mentioned Bo earlier, we're looking at potentially doing something where we will reward some people to go on there and do it. And I think we'll anybody who generally how we operate, anybody who like helps us out in beta and tests and finds some stuff, we'll try to reward. So maybe what we do is um, if you go on there, spend a little AWRT, try it out. We'll try to make sure that we um, give you a bonus or do something. So we'll figure something
Yeah,
out.
and I think we'll come up with some formal rules on that here in the next couple of days to have out for everybody. Maybe over the weekend while people are while it's still sort of cold and wet and damp in the Northeast, give somebody a way to earn a little bit of AWRT over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, this next one, I don't know if this is aimed particularly at you or me or just the our Discord culture in general, but why is the Discord so quiet and stiff? I I don't
Well, I
know.
don't know. I guess it's yeah. That's a good question.
You know,
I mean, I don't. how's it supposed to be? You know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I think that as we get some of these things with games going, I mean, one of the suggestions is can we have like a channel with trivia or other things? And I think certainly, look, we have things in the game space, and we certainly I don't think want to necessarily it's a that's another funny comment because it's one of those ones that we have some people saying that these AMAs are they're too casual, um, and then other people saying that we're too stiff. So it's a um, I guess we'll try to be all things to all people, and maybe have rooms for separate things.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I think they're doing a good job with that. You can see it is separated up pretty nice. It's actually pretty complex. So it's more than what we need relative to what we've got, currently in members and so forth. So I think you can see we're planning for, much bigger numbers. And, as that comes into play, we'll add a lot more stuff. But I don't see any reason why we can't do things relative to Amiga and, some of the car stuff. And there's certainly, there's certainly probably some fun stuff we can add. So we'll look to find some fun stuff for Discord.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and I think the trivia idea is a great idea. I think from games to cars to whatever your interests are, gold, silver, business, what have you. And
Yeah,
we've
maybe
got
we can win something or, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Trophies and contests. Um, better than bread and circuses, I guess. But okay, so that was all the question. Oh, the one thing that we did jump right on, which I thought was another great suggestion, is now we do have under the AWC members, we have a help wanted section that we will be posting things on there. I mean, we're always looking for artists and talent from that from that perspective, and always on the lookout for people that can help us help the club um, in multiple ways. And over the next couple days or weeks, we'll be throwing things into that section as to where we can use a hand, or where things are up there. And then, I mean, do we want to put that in reverse? Do we want people to be able to showcase their skills? You know,
Um, yeah, for sure. Like, so I think also, don't forget Leonardian, is a gig work, D app. And so as that gets, deeper into development,
yeah,
we're going to have, we've got a lot of plans for Leonardian. So, that whole reboot is all about that. And we'll integrate that as well. It's a place where, we can post up, for example, hey, we need 100 NFTs made for the performance or whatever it might be, and let people take down those tasks and choose to bid on them or do whatever. So I think there's a bunch of things we can do there, and the cool thing is that that's an 80% complete, decentralized app that we're rebooting, and it comes with that Leonardian token as well for its utility, and people can earn that as well as dollars and whatever. So
yeah, that's a great idea.
yep.
That's a great idea, because then it can go right up for hire, in that space. Okay, well that's all. Hang on a second, let me just double check that something didn't slip in while we were talking. What are the oh, that's another good question. What are the plans for ActiveWorldClub.net? See, it's going to be rebooted. What is the URL on the casino site again? So that is AWC Casino, right? .com.
Yeah, awccasinogames.com. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm just
Yeah,
double checking.
awccasinogames.com. And then, of course, we have Mad Hatter, and so forth. But as far as the .NET goes, .NET is being rebooted into, a B2B platform. So we really have two sides to the club, and what we do, right? There's the customer member facing piece, in which, we provide that, kind of crypto lifestyle opportunity for our members. But then there's the business and venture cap side too, right? So, and the exchanges, and that's really more of a B2B, project where, we're looking for additional listings, that maybe we can also invest in and take down a piece of. for distribution and reward to our existing members, and also for more exciting and more volume on our own exchange. So that is what .NET is being rebooted into, is really more the business facing side of the exchange growth, where we'll have packages on there for companies who are interested in tokenizing or listing on our own exchange, and even potentially on our taking advantage of some of the venture capital side of things if they need capital. So,
Well, and then I saw that, speaking of the exchange, I saw it looks like Bell, Solana, Leonardian, USDC, Saitama, Shiba, Doge, Litecoin, Cardano. A lot of new tokens have been added to the exchange, so that's nice to see. That kind of the top, let's call it 10, top 20 maybe tokens are up there now. So I know that some people have been waiting on seeing that, to do more inside the exchange. So nice to have that in there.
yeah, Bell's up there, right? Did you mention that? Yeah. So, and you'll see that more happen there, as we move forward. But also, don't forget. I mean, we, for the most part, the tokenization that we do, the rewards that you get for holding your AWB, things like HQ Express or Velocity, and those types of projects. That's one way of doing it. The Leonardian Reboot is another. And these are projects in which we can take down a significant percentage of the tokens, and afford to be able to do rewards for our members, and that's where those rewards come from. So there's other opportunities there too, where we can provide a listing opportunity for other existing crypto communities and other existing crypto tokens to actually participate in our exchange and provide them liquidity, and so forth ourselves. So that's a neat opportunity. And when we do that, if we're also combining it with a piece of venture cap, then we can afford to do a dividend slash, I guess that's a dirty word. So I guess a reward slash distribution to our members, as part of like a bonus, on a particular month.
Yeah, which again, for those of you who are new here, I mean that's the utility really behind AWB. Is that is one of the main pillars of the club, and the reason that you hold on to that is the rewards in future projects, future endeavors, things the club does.
Yeah, on the 8th, we have the record date for AWB holders to have their tokens in the exchange, so that they get a 1-for-1 distribution of HQ Express for the cubed tokens, and Velocity Auto Concierge for the Velocity tokens. And that's 1-for-1, and those things are coming out at $1. The reason we did that is because the asset base, on each one of those projects is, one, the utility lends itself to the dollar because it combines business and and then rentals that people have to be able to do the math pretty quickly in their head. So anyway, so it's just better that we don't have 16 zeros or something and a one, from that perspective. And also projects like HQ Express have the potential to be a national, international growth brand that's really like the WeWork of industrial flex space. So some cool stuff we're building there, right in the 250,000 square foot facility we have in Pennsylvania. So that's a project that's going to have real longevity, and so we think that coming out with it 1-for-1 makes a lot of sense. So that's our most lucrative, aggressive reward to date. So you're essentially, for every one AWB, you're getting 2 new tokens. So
All right. Well, I know we said we were going to keep it short tonight, so there's no other questions that have popped in the meantime. Thank you, everybody, for the questions. Great questions today. Keep them coming.
perfect.
All right.
Have a good one.
And have a great night. All information presented on this AMA, technical or otherwise, is subject to change with or without notice at any time. The information is meant to outline general plans and answer questions being asked in real time. As such, the information should not be relied on as the basis for token purchases.